Hey everyone, welcome to LearnBiz The Podcast. I am one half of the show. I'm Lisa K, joined by the beautiful Sandy B. How you doing, Sandy B?
Hey there, Lisa. How's it going?
I'm doing great. You know what November is, right?
Well, November is National Entrepreneurship Month, and we have the pleasure of celebrating this week as Global Entrepreneurship Week from Monday through Sunday.
Isn't that awesome?
I mean, it
And
makes
I
sense.
It does make sense. It's great to set this time aside for entrepreneurship, to recognize entrepreneurs, and not to mention Saturday is a special day set aside for National Entrepreneurship Day. How about that?
And I mean, to top all of this off, we have Black Friday coming, we have Small Business Saturday coming, and we have Cyber Monday coming. So trust me, all of this entrepreneurship
Wow.
theme, it really makes sense in the month of November.
Exactly. Now, I should say that Saturday is specifically set aside as Women's Entrepreneurship Day. And so that is a very special set aside.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing to listen to that because, traditionally, I think growing up, business was seen as, a man's thing, I would say. But, growing up and learning more about business and realizing many women become very involved in small business endeavors, it really shifted my thought process about women entrepreneurs. So I'm glad to hear that that's something celebrated.
Absolutely. And as you know, Sandy, entrepreneurs are trailblazers. Many times that's the category that we fall into. We're creating things that have never been seen or heard of, or creating some new major convenience in people's lives. And so there's a question that goes along with this, and that is, are you a trailblazer?
Look, I can definitely attest to the fact that you and I collectively, we're trailblazers. We have taken the opportunity to try different things and test out different things, and even going on uncharted territory and stepping out on something that we believe in, not knowing what it was going to bring. But individually, I absolutely think I'm a trailblazer. I think that I have come up with different ideas of ways to run my business, and I've gotten very creative in the last year of being able to balance not only my travel desires, but balance my family life and give time to my nephew and my parents, and spending a lot of time with the people that I love, my friends and my significant other, all of that.
That's pretty amazing. And to be honest with you, there are so many of us entrepreneurs out here that are actually trailblazers in our own right, whether we're representing the first of many in our families. A lot of times we're the first to go to college. A lot of times we're the first to start businesses. We're the first to have some success and be able to reach back and help others. So, it is really an awesome occasion to celebrate entrepreneurs and trailblazers, because we keep reinventing ourselves, which means that if you're not a trailblazer today, if you keep trying, you can definitely be one tomorrow.
And I feel like mentioning a couple of trailblazers. Love her, hate her, admire her, whatever you want it. I feel like Rihanna is a great example of a trailblazer. She reached billionaire status, I want to say this year. Um,
Awesome. Yeah.
and she took her cosmetics company, Fenty Beauty, into a realm that had been really ignored. For
Mhm.
many years, women, I'm going to focus on Black women, but I know we can say women of color in general, but Black women have not had an even shot at having shades of different things like foundation when it comes to makeup,
Yes.
and things that apply, concealers that have, certain colors. And what Rihanna did is she took a market that was already susceptible to a desire for makeup. We love to get our makeup done.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you know what? I'm going to tap into all of those shades that the other beauty brands really ignore. Because even when you think about a lot of the large makeup beauty brands, they trickle here and there with, darker shades and shades that have more color, but they really don't cover the spectrum. And if you look at the Fenty Beauty line, it covers everything. And
Yes.
then I want to touch on her Savage X Fenty lingerie. She covers every size on the spectrum. I don't know if you saw the Lunel information that she had recently, where she created some stuff that Lunel was modeling for her during her
Mm,
recent Savage X Fenty show. Like she has a whole thing that she
right.
does with Savage X Fenty. So Rihanna, to me, is a great example of a trailblazer in business on many fronts.
That's awesome. You're absolutely right. And we can reach back in history and find some great firsts as well. Can we mention Madam C.J. Walker? Who doesn't know that name?
Absolutely.
Author and activist James Baldwin,
Yes.
activist and politician Shirley Chisholm,
Oh, yeah.
activist author Dick Gregory, attorney and Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, and ballet, and I believe the head of some national ballet organization, Miss Misty Copeland.
All of the above. Yes.
So those are just some of the ones that we can all kind of point to. That is not to say, though, that that star doesn't shine bright on each and every one of us out here in this space, making progress, getting better, making our businesses better, and serving our customers in a greater way, a more
Right.
efficient way. I mean, every day is a opportunity to be better at what we do.
That is facts. That is facts all the way. And so we encourage those of you that may be listening to this today to take a moment to answer our question: Are you a trailblazer? And tell us a little bit about why. Um, and at this point, Lisa and I, we always want to share some information on what we do as entrepreneurs and how we are trailblazers in business and why we created LearnBiz the podcast and LearnBiz LLC. So I'm going to throw it to you, Lisa. Lisa, share a little bit about your entrepreneurship endeavors,
Okay.
and tell us why you're a trailblazer.
Well, thank you so much, Sandy. I am an entrepreneur, and most of you who've listened to the show, that is, you know, I am a real estate broker associate. I like working in real estate, and I'm also a longtime attorney working in the areas of probate administration and estate planning. In addition, I love the gift of gab, getting on this platform and being able to talk and interact uh, with you, the audience, as a podcaster and one half of Learn Biz the podcast. So these are the things that I do in my everyday life. I have a passion for them. What makes me a trailblazer in these areas? Well, in many respects, in my family, I represent the first on some level. So that right there, in and of itself, makes me a trailblazer. And then there's just not many of us in the space. For as many attorneys that graduate from colleges every year, or law schools every year, I mean, Sandy, there were less than five African Americans in my entire graduating class, which was almost 200.
Yeah.
So, in many respects, just being in the space makes us trailblazers. And then overcoming a lot of insurmountable odds, not being able to have things set up necessarily properly from the get go, but being able to make those corrective curves in business that allow me to continue to serve and grow with my clients. And then, one other thing, not to mention the fact that I survived the pandemic and my businesses
You
and
are
my
a trailblazer.
businesses survived the pandemic makes me a trailblazer. So I'm I,
Look,
I am very grateful to our Savior for just I have to have that spiritual aspect in there because man, oh man, when times get tough, you just got to have a spiritual aspect to all of this. So I'm very grateful to be here in this space, able to continue to serve
Right.
in real estate, in law, and on this platform.
Ooh, that's facts all day, and this is a certification that you are a trailblazer beyond measure.
Thank
Um,
you.
I don't know how to carry that torch, but what I will say is I am an attorney entrepreneur. I have been practicing for, I'm entering year 8 right now, just kicked off year 8. Um,
Okay.
I have been a law firm owner for, this is now year 6. And I've had some other endeavors in the past. So entrepreneurship hit me a little bit earlier on in my career. But this has been the most significant time for me learning how to fully operate a business, especially during a time of like the pandemic hit us right in the middle of our process. So
Right.
surviving the pandemic for sure. Now we're in phase 3. It's an amazing thing. I am also a soon to be author. I have a book project that will be dropping likely the weekend of Black Friday. So I'm very much looking forward to sharing my book that I wrote with a lovely colleague of mine, Kristen
Yes.
Goss. It's called Civility Wins: Find Your Peace While Taming the Beast.
Yep.
And it's really a great tool to help you navigate the professional waters with civility and professionalism, even when faced with buffoonery. So
Right.
I'm so looking forward to that project dropping, and we're already in the works of thinking about version 2 of this project. And
Really?
yes, yes, yes. There's a lot of content in this area. I mean, we are living in uncivil times. So
Right.
there is much work to be done in working on us and our mindset and our ability to get through these experiences. Um, and I would say I have entered this world of podcasting really like just feet in, and the rest of me just followed. And I've thoroughly enjoyed this ride with you, Lisa, as we have kind of orchestrated this LearnBiz the podcast and brought a lot of guests and information to this platform. And I've also started kind of chipping away at my own channels and trying to build those, including my personal channel, Sandy B Law, and my law firm channel, Spectrum Law. So
Nice.
I'm really, really looking forward to starting to really build upon that content.
Yeah.
But that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's really trying new things and stepping out on faith.
That's it. All day long, Sandy. And I'm having some echo, so pardon me. Sounding a little choppy. I can't figure out what just happened here. But we are live, people, and this does happen.
So, as we try to wrap up, just want to share a couple of things with folks. Number one, we definitely want you to take advantage of the opportunity that lies before you. November is National Entrepreneurship Month, and this week is Global Entrepreneurship Week. These are great times for you to look to some of the resources that pop up, to search for some information. Many times, different organizations will be celebrating these types of events uh, by providing free resources and information and tips and programs. I know that there was some kind of an entrepreneurship challenge that was going on. There are also some different webinars and events that may be happening in your local communities. So please look out for that types of information. Also, please don't forget to answer our question. Are you a trailblazer? Tell us your
Yes.
story and what entrepreneurship has meant to you. Um, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram at B is for Biz. Feel free to support the channel through our Cash App, LearnBiz, the dollar sign, right?
Yep.
And subscribe to this channel, like the channel. Be sure to share the videos because we appreciate your support. I mean, without your listening, there would be no Lisa and Sandy and LearnBiz the podcast.
Without you, there would be no us.
So, guys, we so appreciate you. We hope that you are having a great time. We hope you have a great weekend. Please don't hesitate to drop some comments and thoughts, but make sure that you stay focused on being a trailblazer in your
Right.
entrepreneurship journey.
And if I can just add one thing, do not be afraid to brag on yourself. Be very braggadocious. You know what? Because you didn't get these stars and stripes by just sitting on the couch eating potato chips. You had to work. So we
Absolutely.
pull a lot of long hours and late nights and whatever we had to do, taking money out of our 401ks to pump into businesses. We're not sure if we're going to succeed or not. There's so much that entrepreneurs go through. So don't be afraid to just brag and answer that question. Are you a trailblazer?
On that note, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. We appreciate you for listening. Have a
Thank
great
you.
one.
Good night.
Bye bye.